Hello everyone and welcome back to another Hookster Talks. As I make this video, I've just heard the very sad news that Murray Walker has died, aged 97. I just thought I'd share with you my memory of Murray Walker. I was first introduced to Murray in 1988. My father, a really horrible person, only used to watch the highlights of the races for the crashes, or as he liked to put it, let's see this week which one's head falls off. Well, I certainly didn't have any interest of that, but I did get my first experience of the famous Murray Walker voice. So throughout 88 and 89, I never used to watch the Formula One, I just used to listen to the voice of Murray Walker. A voice that was very, very calming to me during some very difficult years. It was a long time before I actually saw Murray Walker on the TV, and when I did I was quite dismayed to see that he looked very much like my own father. Anyway, I decided from that point onwards to have Murray as my own sort of surrogate father because, unlike my own father, Murray seemed to enjoy the things that I enjoyed about Formula One, and that was the racing, the competitiveness and the will to win. So throughout 89 and 90, I started to take a sort of sideways interest in Formula One. Then of course it was 1992, and that was the year when Nigel Mansell won his championship. Unfortunately at that time I was very, very busy with a very, very long and demanding job, so I didn't get to see many of the races, but I did get to see Nigel Mansell become world champion. In 1993, unfortunately, work was even more piling up and I didn't see any of that season whatsoever. But by 1994 things had settled down and I decided this was the year I was finally going to commit myself 100% to Formula One. Unfortunately, this wasn't the greatest of decisions because, as you all know, in 1994, in that fateful weekend in Imola, we lost Ayrton Senna and Roland Ratzenberger. And the quite ironic thing to me is that 2 weeks before that weekend at Imola, my own father died. And during that Imola weekend, I'd basically just got home from the funeral to see on my TV screen something about an accident during qualifying and that Roland Ratzenberger had died. This was very surreal to me. I couldn't actually believe what was happening. How could this be happening to Formula One? But happened it did. But one of the other things that really endeared me to Murray Walker at that time was his professionalism. And the fact that later in Monaco, when he delivered that famous speech about Ayrton Senna with such grace and dignity, no one can ever be in doubt that this was a truly great man.
Our dear Ayrton Senna, someone who believed in working to make dreams come true, someone who always tried to improve in every aspect of his life, someone to whom life was filled with happiness, someone who deeply loved his country. With the green and yellow flag of Brazil in his hands after each victory, Ayrton demonstrated with pride how much he believed in his country and in his fellow Brazilian citizens who always loved and supported him. We now find comfort in our deepest belief that Ayrton's same ideals will endure throughout the world. Ideals of solidarity and faith. God bless our friends from all nations who have demonstrated so much love and sympathy for us in this moment of pain and sorrow. Thank you, the Senna da Silva family. For us in this moment of pain and sorrow. Thank you, the Senna da Silva family.
Murray Walker, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back later in the week with more videos.
The red lights are beginning to come on. And they're off. No, the Belgian Grand Prix starts. He's hit Michael Schumacher. Down to the first corner. He's hit the Canadian. Oh dear. He's hit Rubens Barrichello. It's Hakkinen. He's just hit Damon Hill. He's gone straight into the back of him. Good stuff. He forces his way through. He's hit Larini.